All right, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has revoked the plea agreement for the 3 people accused of plotting the September 11th terror attacks. But the White House will not say if President Biden was involved in the decision.
Secretary of Defense has the authority to change the delegation of that authority to the convening authority. I know that sounds kind of complicated, but he has the authority to do that. He did this on his own.
Did the president weigh in?
This was a decision made by the Secretary of Defense.
I didn't hear an answer. Okay.
South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace sits on the House Oversight Committee, and she joins us now. Congresswoman, good morning to you. So apparently this plea deal was 2 years in the making, and we don't know why Lloyd Austin intervened after it was already announced. But now that he has, how do you feel about this reversal?
Well, I've never seen a Secretary of Defense thrown under the bus so quickly by an administration. And welcome to the Biden-Harris culture of failure. All they have done to the American people is gaslight them the last 4 years. They've dodged questions. They've denied their involvement in issues like this, and they've lied to the American people. You can't for 1 minute tell me that the White House didn't have a hand in a plea deal, didn't know about it, didn't weigh in on the guy, the mastermind behind 9/11. And you mean to tell me the White House had no inclination, had no involvement in any of this? It's just one giant lie after the other with the Biden-Harris administration.
When you look at the reaction from people on this decision to have the plea deal to begin with, it's kind of mixed signals. A lot of the families, of course, wanted to see the death penalty, but a lot of Americans wanted the trial to get more information. Do you think we're going to learn anything else about the evidence we have, even other countries' involvement, if and when there's a trial?
No, what I have learned, especially after the Secret Service hearing, is that this administration doesn't want to provide more information to the American people who deserve it. These families deserve more information about 9/11, and they deserve justice more than anybody. Those families deserve justice in this case, and we don't know. Time will tell if they actually get it. But again, this is Biden-Harris administration once again gaslighting the American people. Now we're seeing the markets tank when they open likely today. Just goes to show the ineptitude of this administration and the American people.
Well, there's so much going on in the Middle East right now. Everybody in Israel must be on pins and needles because Secretary of State Antony Blinken, he already told G7 countries that this Hezbollah and Iran retaliatory strike could happen within the next 24 to 48 hours. We're in that 24-hour period already. We saw what happened in April when Iran launched those 350 drones and missiles into Israel. What are your expectations if another retaliatory strike were to happen today?
Well, I support Israel 100%. Anyone who attacks Israel has the right to defend herself and go after the proxies funded by Iran and anybody else in the Middle East to protect her country and her people. And I'm cheering them on. I hope that they can eradicate terrorism in the Middle East because Israel is just the tip of the spear. This is just the start. This is jihad and jihadism versus Western civilization, versus democracy, versus prosperity in the Middle East. There's a lot at stake here, and we should be supporting her in whatever capacity we can. And the talk about a ceasefire, I think that's going to be very difficult to do, and that's something that Israel should be leading, and yet the Biden administration once again wants to weigh in on this thing, and their involvement, I think, is pretty limited to it, and this is being led by Netanyahu. And we heard a very strong speech on Capitol Hill a couple of weeks ago, and I support them 100% in their retaliation against these jihadists that want to destroy the Western world.
You know, you represent South Carolina, my neighbor state, and there's a Hurricane Debby that's here. The governor's issued a state of emergency. Is the state of South Carolina prepared for this kind of storm?
We are. Unfortunately, we are seasoned at this. I want to praise Governor Henry McMaster for issuing the state of emergency in advance. And the one thing I want to caution residents of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina is not to panic, but we are looking at upwards of 10 to 20 inches of rain, particularly along South Carolina's coast over the next 3 days. It'll be really important to make sure that everyone has food and water in case they lose electricity. Don't forget about your pets and their nutrition, to stay dry and stay safe and stay off the roads if you can the next couple of days.
Great advice. We're going to be thinking about everybody in the storm's path, including all those great people in South Carolina. Congresswoman, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.